All right, so are you ready to decode this whole entrepreneurial mindset thing?
We're diving deep into your script. Entrepreneurial mindset. Traits of successful entrepreneurs.
It's like you want the cheat codes to what makes these business rock stars tick, am I right?
And you're spot on to focus on mindset.
You can have a killer idea, a game-changing product even.
But without the right mindset, it's like trying to run a marathon with flip-flops.
This script really nails that point.
It reminds me of that saying, ideas are cheap, execution is everything.
And execution.
That takes serious mental fortitude.
Speaking of which, the script really emphasizes resilience, which makes sense, right?
You're bound to hit some roadblocks on your journey.
Absolutely. Roadblocks are practically guaranteed. You can bet on that.
I remember when I was launching my first company.
Let's just say there were moments I felt like throwing in the towel.
One particularly brutal investor pitch comes to mind.
I walked in feeling confident, well-prepared, and I walked out feeling like I just bombed an audition.
Oof. Yeah, those investor pitches can be brutal.
It was tough, no doubt.
But looking back, that experience taught me more than any textbook ever would.
I learned the importance of not just accepting feedback, but actively seeking it out, even when it's hard to hear.
There's that growth mindset in action.
The script highlights that too, drawing on the work of Carol Dweck.
It's about recognizing that setbacks aren't failures. They're opportunities to learn and grow.
Right, for sight.
It's a difference between saying, I'm not good at this, versus, I'm not good at this yet.
That tiny word yet, it's like a magic key that unlocks a whole new perspective.
It shifts you from a fixed mindset, where you believe your abilities are set in stone, to a growth mindset, where you embrace challenges as stepping stones. It's like reframing those I can't do this moments into I'm still figuring this out moments.
That takes a whole lot of pressure off, don't you think?
It does.
And that pressure relief.
That's where passion comes in.
And the script really nails the importance of that as well.
Passion is the fuel that keeps you going, especially when you're facing those inevitable entrepreneurial mountains.
It's that internal drive that keeps you going, even when the external validation isn't there yet.
Speaking of which, what advice would you give to someone who's maybe feeling a little lost trying to figure out what they're truly passionate about?
Because the script emphasizes aligning your work with your passions.
That's such an important question.
And it's something I get asked all the time.
For anyone feeling a bit lost, I always recommend a little self-reflection.
Think about what truly energizes you. What activities make you lose track of time? What problems in the world keep you up at night?
The answers to those questions often hold clues to your passions.
It's like that saying, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life.
Though let's be real, even when you're passionate about what you do, entrepreneurship still takes work.
And that's where the other traits the script highlights come into play.
Absolutely. Passion is important, but it's just one piece of the puzzle.
Let's talk adaptability for a second.
Because the business world, it's constantly changing.
One minute you're riding the wave, the next you're paddling like mad to catch up.
It's like trying to surf on a rocket ship.
Exactly.
And that's why adaptability is so crucial.
The script mentions the fast-paced business environment, and they're not kidding.
Entrepreneurs need to be able to shift gears, pivot their strategies, and embrace new information as it comes in.
Think of it like navigating a maze.
Sometimes you have to take a few detours to find the best path forward.
And sometimes those detours lead to unexpected discoveries.
But detours are not. You've got to make decisions along the way, often with limited information and a ticking clock.
The script calls out decision-making as another key trait.
It feels like one of the most high-pressure parts of being an entrepreneur, right?
You're right, decision-making is constant in the entrepreneurial world.
It can feel overwhelming.
But here's the thing. It's less about always making the right decision and more about getting comfortable with making decisions efficiently and effectively.
Gather the best intel you can trust your gut, and be prepared to course correct as you go.
So it's not just about making the decision. It's about making the decision and being ready to adapt afterward.
Speaking of things that can feel overwhelming, the script also mentions time management.
And I think that's something a lot of people struggle with, entrepreneur or not.
Time management, it's a beast.
But it's a beast you can tame with the right approach.
What's helped me the most is learning to prioritize ruthlessly.
Identify those tasks that will have the biggest impact on your business and focus your energy there. Delegate or outsource whenever possible.
It's about working smarter, not just harder, right?
Exactly.
And that brings us to another important point in the script.
Networking and collaboration.
You're not in this alone, you know?
Building a strong network is like assembling your own personal board of advisors, cheerleaders, and potential collaborators.
I love that.
It's about recognizing that you don't have to have all the answers yourself.
Reaching out to others, building relationships, and collaborating on projects can lead to amazing opportunities. It's like having a whole crew to help you navigate, right?
Mm.
And when you've got that support, it's like it makes taking risks a little less scary, right? Which brings us to another big one from the script. Risk-taking.
It's interesting because it feels kind of like a paradox.
You want to be like calculated and all, but then you also got to be ready to kind of jump in sometimes.
That's the thing about entrepreneurship, right?
It's all about that balance.
Between like analysis and intuition planning and being open to new opportunities when they come up.
You know that saying, the biggest risk is not taking any risk at all?
Totally, because if you're not moving forward, you're just stuck.
And in the business world, being stuck is basically like going backwards.
That's why all these things we've been talking about, they all work together, you know?
Resilience helps you get back up when things don't go your way.
A growth mindset helps you learn from those stumbles and come back even stronger.
Passion keeps you going even when things get tough.
Adaptability helps you roll with the punches.
Being decisive means you can make moves.
Managing your time well means you're making the most of every minute.
And networking well, that just shows you get it.
You get that? You don't have to go it alone.
It's like you're building up your strength, right?
The more you work on these things, the stronger you become as an entrepreneur, as a person even.
Exactly. And you know what?
We've been talking about all this in the context of business and entrepreneurship.
But these are valuable skills for anyone, really, no matter what you do.
Whether you're starting a business following a passion or just navigating life.
These things can help you build a more fulfilling and successful journey.
So true. These aren't just business skills or life skills.
And at the end of the day, that's what this entrepreneurial journey is all about, right?
Learning, growing, becoming better versions of ourselves.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
It's a journey of self-discovery as much as anything else.
So to you listening, as you explore this entrepreneurial world,
Remember to stay curious, embrace the challenges, and never stop believing in yourself.
I love that. What a great point to wrap up on. This has been awesome, really eye-opening.
And for you listening, we hope this deep dive has given you some things to think about as you go on your own entrepreneurial venture. Until next time.